Welcome back to Popolot $10,000 Player Celebration. We're here with the quarterfinals. I'm Ben Johnson. I'm joined by Jordan Ball. And we've got Nathan Wild, who we saw before on Blue White Flash. And he's going to be versing Callum McCarter.
On the blue-green control list that
Yeah.
fell in love with when we saw it.
Yeah, that's the list we saw before. The stream cut out, so we missed one of the games. But we got to see 2 games of it. A lot of talk about that deck around the room.
It's
Everyone,
so cool.
everyone seems pretty excited for it. They met in the Swiss actually.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Nathan got there 2-1. Yeah. So talked to both players about it. They seem, Nathan seems kind of confident he's going to be on the play. He was the second seed.
Oh, we've already started. We
Yep,
have a
they got
turn
underway.
on the ice from Callum.
Yeah, so Callum's on the right, and we got Nathan on the left.
Nathan has mainboard glitches.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He's got 2 in the main board.
I didn't realize that earlier. So just a third land and a pass of the turn here from Callum. Nathan here, the higher seed, so he is on the play. And anticipate from Callum here. Nathan perfectly okay with that. A counter comes off the thing in the ice.
Yeah, so we saw before that Nathan was very equipped against dealing with blue decks
Yeah.
that didn't like to tap out. Played very well against Fen with his mono blue Eldrazi deck.
Yeah. I see that he's got a Spell Queller here, a Void Shatter, and more importantly than both of those, I think there's a Reflector Mage. So he's just got all the time in the world here against this thing in the ice.
Yeah, Callum's going to set up, play a bunch of spells to try and flip this thing in the ice.
Yeah.
And Nathan's going to be able to reflect a mage it once it gets a bit too low. But it looks like Nathan also has the advantage of knowing what he's versing this time as well.
Yeah.
I know Callum would have caught a lot of people off guard during the Swiss because they didn't know what he was playing.
Yeah. So just a land and a pass of the turn here from the looks of things by Callum. And a Selfless Spirit there from Nathan. 5th land, so he now does have access to Avacyn if he wants it, but goes with the Selfless Spirit and holds up both Void Shatter and Spell Queller.
Yeah, Nathan's finally finding something to add to the
Yeah.
board.
And there's a Glimmer of Genius from Callum. I wouldn't be surprised to see this be eaten by the Spell Queller, but no, we're still waiting to see.
Yeah, Nathan's just thinking.
And Nathan in the end is perfectly okay with it.
Yeah, it
So
looks
that'll
like,
be another 2 energy for Callum, sorry.
yeah, it looks like Nathan's just going to try and use that spell queller to hit any threats that might
Yeah.
come into play.
So, although from this deck there aren't a lot that would come in and be threats.
Yeah.
At low enough mana for Spell Queller.
So you also might save it for a counter war as well.
Yeah, possibly. So I think Callum scried both cards there at the bottom. It may have been one top, one bottom.
Yeah, they're both to the bottom.
They're both at the bottom?
Yeah.
And draws 2 new cards there. Probably just searching for land here, I'd think. His deck is very, very mana hungry. And we get an attune from the Aether here, which takes the thing in the ice down to 1.
Looks like he might be trying to flip it this turn.
I think he will, yeah.
Did you get a look at Callum's hand at all to see what he might have? You could have an anticipate to flip this thing.
I've had an opportunity to see his hand. I can see Nathan's really well, but I can't see Callum's. However, there was just a pass of the turn there from Callum. And another land there from Nathan. And he now has a Gideon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Although he doesn't have the ability, there is the Reflector Mage. That will also leave up. Actually, he's not leaving up. He's leaving up Spell Queller.
yeah, he can't
importantly.
leave up double blue.
No.
He only has 2 blue sources in play at the moment.
But importantly, he does have Spell Queller here. There's the Void Shatter, but unfortunately, that will most likely run into Spell Queller here.
So let's see if Callum remembers his...
Yeah, if Callum does remember, it will bounce at least. It will bounce both creatures. Yeah, and he does remember.
Well, no, it will bounce the Selfless Spirit because the Reflector Mage is still on the stack.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course, yeah.
So what Nathan can do here is let Thing of the Ice transform. That'll return the Spirit, and then play Spell Queller, which will hit the Void Shatter.
Yeah.
Because if he hits the Queller now, then it will be bounced, and Callum will be able to Void Shatter again.
Yeah.
So Nathan's just explaining what he wants to happen. Or just slowing it down so he can work out this line of events.
That there's actually one very tricky line, and I like it quite a lot.
Yeah, Thing of the Ice is a little bit complicated with bouncing creatures, and when those creatures are spell callers, you're going to run into a lot of different spells.
Yeah.
So Nathan doesn't have double blue.
No, he does not have the ability to play this Void Shatter.
Yeah, so we're just going to stop the match.
Yep. So we're just going to have to have this reverse bit, although it does, yeah, because it does look like he's tried to make his Void Shadow resolve, and he in fact didn't have the mana for that. So all we're going to have to do here is just reverse this. There was a bit of an issue, and we'll see what happens. A judge will have to be called. It will most likely be a warning for both players and just for a playing violation, I believe. Just fixing up the camera there a little bit. So both players will be explaining here what happened, and unfortunately we don't have a mic in there, so we can't tell you, we can't listen to what the judge says. But I think it would just be a failure to uphold the game state. As we see both Nathan and Callum explaining what happened here. But yeah, So we're showing that the Selfless Spirit was still on the table, a Void Shadow was played on Reflector Mage, and Nathan, who only had up 1 blue mana, attempted to Void Shatter the Void Shatter, which of course he can't do. Yeah. My co-commentator Ben has had to walk off to help resolve this issue, so you'll bear with me if I sound like I'm rambling a bit. Yeah. I have to say, I really do love the blue-green control deck here, though. It's just got so many fun things in it. So it looks like there was a rewind there. The Void Shadow will be back in hand, and a Spell Queller will hit that Void Shadow. Yeah. So Ben's back, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll get clarification for what exactly happened there.
Yeah, so I heard Jordan basically covered it. Nathan cast the Void Shadow, didn't realize he didn't have double blue. I went in there, stopped the match. Cool. We called the judge. Judge came over. We just reversed it because Nathan couldn't play that.
So was there a warning for uphill game state for anything, or?
Yeah, Nathan just got a warning. I think Callum got one as well.
Yeah, usually as both players when it's something like that.
But yeah, this is a very complicated board state at the moment. But it looks like eventually we've worked out what's happening.
And we do in fact have the last remaining card on the board being the Reflector Mage.
Yeah, so we can go back to our regularly scheduled match.
Yeah. Was the Spell Queller in the end not allowed to be played there, or because I noticed that did go back to hand?
So he did the line I discussed before the incident, where he waited for the transform, and then played the Spell Queller, so that the Void Shadow didn't hit the Reflector Mage.
Thing on the Ice back down here for Callum, and he's hit his 6th land drop. Nathan here will untap and draw his card for turn.
He's looking for another land.
And he in fact gets that land. So that will allow for Gideon with Void Shadow backup. Callum, however, is aware of the Void Shadow, so it'll be interesting to see what, if anything, he does here.
Yeah, so he shouldn't have this information, but
No,
yeah, he is
but
aware of the Void Shadow and the Spell Queller, because
Yeah.
the Spell Queller was public knowledge when it got bounced. For 4 mana, Callum could have a counterspell, but he knows that's not going to resolve.
Yeah.
He could just let this resolve and try to play Glimmer Genius.
Yep.
Oh, hang with us, we're just fixing the camera a bit.
It's been knocked off center, I think.
Yeah, we've just got our assistant Matt trying to fix it for us.
Yep.
Let's look. No, there. Oh,
I do like the noises that go along with this.
I like to animate noises.
Yeah. It just sounds like you're on top of the camera here.
Yeah.
So
that's the camera we're gonna have for a little bit.
Yep.
That's fine. Yeah, it
So
looks like
the-
Gideon did resolve.
Yeah, I don't think Callum had much of a choice there but to let that resolve. I doubt very much that he didn't have anything in hand to do, but sometimes you're not left with much of a choice.
Yeah, so Callum does have a fair few
Yep.
cards in hand.
There's a Dynavolt tower.
Yeah, so that's one of Callum's spicy one-offs.
Yeah. And there's a Void Shadow to try and answer that, and a Void Shadow back here, which will remove a counter from the thing in the ice. And that's 6 mana. 6 energy. Is that enough to activate Dynavolt tower yet?
Yeah, it costs 5 mana to activate, and it'll deal 3 damage.
5 energy to activate.
Yeah, 5 energy, sorry.
It's alright. 7th land comes into play for Callum here. I might have been tempted to Dynavolt tower there while Nathan was tapped out, just because you have to be aware of Avacyn.
There's nothing he really wants to hit right now. He wants to save that for the spell queller later on that he knows about. Really forces Nathan to be careful with that spell queller.
So Gideon ticking on up here, just to guarantee getting through some damage, because I don't think Callum's likely to block with the thing in the ice.
Yeah, and we're looking at the first damage of the game here.
Yeah. So Callum puts the thing in the ice in front of the Knight Ally token, and will look... activates the Dynavolt tower, trying to kill that Reflector Mage. However, I think Avacyn will come down here and stop that from happening, and indeed it does.
Yeah, Nathan's still able to hold up spell queller as well.
Oh, Nathan seems so far ahead in this matchup right now.
Yeah, it's looking good to Nathan.
But as we've seen with this blue-green control deck, it does just seem to come out of nowhere.
Yeah, Callum's got a few cards in hand, so he can potentially flip thing in the ice next turn.
Yeah.
If he does have the right set of spells, and then the Awoken Horror could take care of Gideon.
Yeah.
But of course Nathan
Potentially,
has...
because he could still block with Spellcaller if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But we'll see what Callum can do. He does have 7 mana. If he plays another land, he's got 8 mana. He's got 5 cards in hand, so...
Yep.
See what he can do. I can see another thing in the ice in hand.
Can we see much else?
There's a Crush of Tentacles.
I love that card.
Yeah, so he can play Thing in the Ice and then Crush of Tentacles. But that's going to reset his board as well.
Yeah.
So that's... might not happen.
So there's a Nissa's Renewal there from Callum. That will get him...
3 basic lands.
3 basic lands and 6 life.
7
7
life.
life.
Yep. Also takes a counter off Thing in the Ice and 2 energy from the Dynavolt tower.
Yep.
But yeah, we saw Nissa's Renewal in the Green-Black Seasons Past deck a few seasons ago. Hasn't really found a home since then.
No.
But in such a mana-hungry deck,
It
like
does seem
Callum's,
like a requirement.
yeah.
Because that was able to elevate him from 8 to 11 mana, I believe. Sorry, 10. 10 or 11? 10.
He'll go to 10.
Yeah. So a pass back of the turn here, the Spell Queller and Selfless Spirit, both of which are known to Callum in hand.
Yeah, so Selfless Spirit's really good. That can protect his spell quellers from
Yeah.
the Dynavolt tower.
And also potentially flip an Avacyn if he desires it.
Yeah, it can.
So I believe Nathan getting in here with the whole team. I believe he got in for 7 damage last turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
then
he'll get
Callum
in for
gained
7 here.
7.
Yeah, 7. Oh yes, Karen did say something. You're right.
Yeah.
But this will be 11, taking Callum to 9 here.
Yeah. Nathan also has what is it, 8 mana, so he's able
Yep.
to play the Selfless Spirit and hold up double Spell Queller.
Nathan very much in control here.
Yeah, has to be careful though that this thing in the ice can flip at any point now. Well, Callum has 3 cards left. We know one of those is another thing in the ice.
Yeah.
So, Callum here looking for a draw spell like Anticipate or Glimmer of Genius.
Callum will draw for turn, move his hand back too quick for either Ben or myself to see it.
He's got an island for turn. That's
Yeah.
what he drew. So he's really going to think about what to do here.
Well, I think this, with Callum having taken 9, I believe, in that last turn, he really only has this turn to, I think, try and turn the game around in any meaningful way.
Yeah, so last turn he took 11, so he's down to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with 2 more spell Quellers in hand, that will represent 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 in flyers alone. If he chooses to deploy both of them.
Yeah, Nathan also has the option to -4 the Gideon, to give his team +1/+1.
So there's a thing in the ice, and that will meet the first spell Queller.
Yeah, Nathan just trying to limit Callum's options here. Yeah.
I believe it's an island, a Crush of Tentacles, and I think another land in hand. There is the Crush. That will return all permanents to their opponent's hands, to their respective hands if this card resolves, which, given the only card for Nathan to spell Queller, it most likely will.
Yeah, this isn't going to be great for Callum, though. It depends on how he's going to sequence this.
Yeah.
So he's going to try to kill that Reflector Mage.
Yep.
So now Nathan can sack the Selfless Spirit.
But instead, he just lets the Reflector
kill
Mage
it.
die. So now every card returns to their player's hands. A thing in the ice, however, will come onto the battlefield, or at least be cast.
It'll go to the stack.
Yeah.
Callum's also going to get 8/8.
Yes. So that 0/4 will come, at least attempt to come to the battlefield, and a spell Queller will meet it. Yep.
So it looks like Callum hasn't got the 8/8. He should have that. I believe it's
Yeah.
part of the resolution.
I think it is. Just getting an oracle wording on that to see if it is in fact a requirement. And the Dynavolt Tower is recast. 3-win Inspector the draw here for Nathan. And there is the 8/8. It was in fact found. They just hadn't had time to find it yet.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, is it part of the...
Yeah, it is part of the resolution.
Okay, so it does have to happen.
Yeah.
This is 4 mana here from Nathan, most likely redeploying his Gideon. It looks as if he's preparing to make an emblem here, just from the way he's holding it, and indeed I think that's what he does.
Yeah.
This will take Callum on this turn to 6.
Yeah, so Nathan's plan here is attack for 6 in the air, and then
No,
end
attack for 3 in the air.
3 in the air, sorry.
And take Callum to 6.
Yeah, take Callum down to 6, and then end of turn play another spell Queller,
Yeah.
swing for 6, and hold up Avacyn.
Very powerful plan there from Nathan, and one that I'm not sure how much Callum can do against.
Yeah, Callum's going to need another Nissa's Renewal, possibly. How many has he got here in his deck? The 2? Looks like 3.
Yeah, there it is. It is 3.
Yeah, it's 3. So we know his hand has a thing in the ice. Let's see what else he can draw. Yeah, Callum just thinking about his options here. He is pretty far behind at this point. He knows about the second spell queller as well.
Yeah,
Knows Nathan's hand.
Exactly. So just with a basic island here, it is possible. I believe he is playing the main board, or are there any sideboard?
What card are we talking about?
Awaken. Taking its turn.
Part the Water Veil?
Part the
Yeah,
Water
no,
Veil,
he
there's
has
4
4
of.
of those in the main board.
And he does have the requisite mana to make it. There in fact it is. There is a part the water veil.
Yeah, so he's going to awaken and turn that land into a 6/6.
Yeah. And I believe that 6/6 will in fact have haste. Yes.
Yeah.
So he will be able to attack with both this turn.
Yeah, Callum's just nearly forgetting one of the cards.
Yep.
Yeah, not much that Nathan can do here.
No.
Callum with 14 power on board now, though.
Getting in there, I believe Fairly Instructor will probably jump in front of 1 just for the just to preserve his life total.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Yeah. Is that another part the water veil in front there, or anticipate?
I think it might be another Part the Water Veil.
So that's 6 taken there.
Yeah, so Nathan's down to 14. So he's going to need to flash in the spell collar on the next turn.
Yeah.
Just to chump block. But if Callum has another Part the Water Veil, the game's just over.
And there indeed is a second part the water veil,
Yeah, it's
making
gonna
another
awaken.
6/6.
Yeah. So that's just too many lethal threats now. Callum's going to have 2 turns of attacking with this giant army, an 8/8 and 2 6/6s. Nathan's only going to be able to block 1.
And he indeed packs it up. And Callum, from, as we said, basically out of nowhere, takes game 1.
Yeah, so that really shows the power of Nissa's Renewal, getting him enough lands to be able to awaken consecutive Part the Water Veils
Yeah.
and still having mana open.
And just, the 7 life, of course, was incredibly relevant in that game.
Yeah, really well played there by Callum. Unfortunate there for Nathan, just a few points short.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, they'll move on to game number 2.
Yep.
We get to go to sideboarding now. We got this cool new feature where we can show the sideboards on screen.
So this would be
This is Nathan's.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's got the 2 Blessed Alliance, 1 Bruna, 1 Declaration in Stone, 2 Fragmentize, 2 Gisela, 1 Linvala, 2 Negate, 2 Spell Shrivel, 1 Summary Dismissal, and 1 Thalia's Lances.
So what do you like here and why?
Let me just have a quick look again. The Negate and Spell Shrivel seem really good. Probably the Summary Dismissal as well. Just to bring in a few more counters.
Yeah, I think the counter package here is really what we're looking at.
So Nathan's got, he can take out Stasis Snare, probably the Selfless Spirit. Yeah, probably just those. Bring in some counters. He
Yeah.
also might bring in some of his legendary package just as more threats. So Gisela and Bruna,
Yeah.
Nathalia's Lances. Because that would be, yeah, that might be a straight swap.
Fair enough.
Alright, moving on to Callum's sideboard. Let's see what he's got. Look at all these one-offs.
Okay. 1 Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, 3 Tireless Tracker, 1 Insidious Will, 1 Jason Revelator of Secrets, 1 Negate, 1 Summary Dismissal, Rise from the Tides, Ceremonial Interjections, Appetite for the Unnatural, Natural State, Engulf the Shore, Select for Inspection, and Aid for Meltdown.
Alrighty, so Engulf the Shore, that seems like a good one for him to bring
I
in.
think that's one of the ones he has to bring in for sure, yeah.
Summary Dismissal could also come in.
I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, and like we said before, there's so much that can come in and go out, and we don't know a lot of these cards.
No, we don't.
So there's not much we can speculate on, and we're going to have to leave it up to Callum.
Yeah.
maybe if we, if he does win this match, I'll have a chat with him about sideboarding just to see what he does.
Because it's almost impossible to tell for us to tell with what 13 different cards in his sideboard. Figuring out what exactly he's going to do is very difficult.
Yeah, I had a chat with Callum just before top 8 was announced, just asked him about his deck, whether it was a brew that he himself made or a list he found. He very much made it himself.
Okay.
He's a big fan of one-ofs. That's why he's got 10 in the main deck and obviously 12 in the sideboard.
Yeah.
Just seeing what we can do with a camera.
So both players looking at their 7 here. I think that Nathan might be lacking a blue mono, if I'm seeing this correctly.
Yeah, it looks like the Plains and West Vale Abbey.
2 planes in the West Vale Abbey, yeah.
He doesn't have any blue cards, so
This mightn't be much of an issue.
yeah.
And he does indeed keep it, and we start off with a Thraben Inspector and a Clue.
Yeah, it's alright. Nathan's good, so he'll draw islands. He'll be fine.
Is
Looking,
that really being good? Though?
Yeah, it's
Just
good.
saying I'm good, so I'll draw.
so he's got 6 islands, 4 port down, 4 prairie streams. That's 14 sources.
Yeah.
He knows the game's going to go long. So,
He doesn't have a true drop, or at least chooses not to play one, so he can crack that Clue, I think. And there is a Botanical Sanctum from Callum, and this will probably... Yes, there it is. There's the thing in the ice.
so I'm seeing some sideboard cards here from Callum. Tireless Trackers. They're in.
Oh.
Take note.
So he's only 3 of. And yes, look, you were right. He drew the blue.
Yep. Never doubt me. It's a port town, so I don't think he has any lands to reveal for it to come in untapped. Though.
No, it will be... If he brings that in if he plays that this turn, it will be tapped. The only land he had in hand was a West Vale Abbey, and there it is, indeed, tapped.
He drew a copter though, so that's
Yes.
we didn't see that one last game, but very important for filtering through Nathan's deck,
Yep.
just to find the answers that he needs.
Land there for Callum drawn. There, I believe it was that, in fact, that exact island.
Yep.
Now Callum being able to be the one to leave up a counterspell magic, however, with a Smuggler's Copter on the battlefield already for Nathan. Not sure that's such a great thing.
Yeah, Nathan also drew Negate for turn, so he did bring in that counterspell package.
We thought so, as we thought, yeah. As you thought.
Yeah.
Nathan here getting in with the Smuggler's Copter, drawing a something,
It looked like a land.
and discarding an Avacyn. Now, as you said in the match earlier, when the blue-white flash player is discarding an Avacyn, you know their hand is good.
Yeah, that could also indicate that he has another Avacyn, which he does. Yeah,
And
he
it
does.
looks like a basic island as well for next turn.
I almost broke the rule and doubted me.
You almost doubted yourself?
Yeah, I
Oh.
almost did.
Didn't you hear the word of Ben?
Yeah. So Callum's going to get an Anticipate in at the end of turn.
There is a stasis there in hand there for Nathan, so we were wrong. He actually kept at least a couple of them in. Or
Yeah.
at least one.
Yeah, he does need an answer to Thing in the Ice besides Reflector Mage.
Yeah.
So probably hedging his bets, keeping a few in just in case.
I'd be surprised to see it was the full 4 package, but he may have left in 1 or 2.
Yeah, I doubt he's left in all 4. Probably just 2, as he does have a lot of Smuggler's Copter helps him find them.
Yeah. I believe that was a Lumbering Falls drawn for Callum.
Yeah, it looks like Callum's got a lot of lands in hand.
Yeah, it does. Which is a problem, which with a deck like this can be an issue.
Yeah, at 4 mana, Callum can represent Glimmer of Genius, which is a very important card in his deck.
Yep. There's the Stasis Snare to take care of the Thing in the Ice. And Stasis Snare having Flash is just... It's so good.
Yeah, Nathan drawing Summary Dismissal for the turn,
Yep.
so that's another part of that counterspell package.
There's a Grip of the Royal there. That will attempt to tap down the Smuggler's Copter. It may meet the Summary... It may meet the Negate, actually. It won't meet the Summary Dismissal.
Yeah, Nathan's thinking about this.
And there is the Negate, indeed.
Yeah, he really wants to get in for damage while he can.
Yeah.
also getting that.
And drawing a second Gideon.
He may discard one.
Yeah, I think he will. Yep, indeed, that is what happens.
Yeah, so Nathan holding up 3 mana, representing Spellqueller. One of the few times he's been on camera that he doesn't actually have Spellqueller.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
It's almost uncanny.
Yeah, I see a part of the Water Veil in Callan Sand. That's not doing much at the moment.
No, he needs to hit 2 more lands for that to even be a card that he can play, much less Awaken.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his 5th land here for him comes in tapped, but speak of the devil.
Never doubt me.
Are you in fact a witch?
No, I am a wizard.
You are a wizard.
Yes.
Okay.
So Copter's going to get in for trigger.
Yep.
He's going to get Nathan another lands.
Which he will discard. It doesn't seem like Nathan's deck needs much more than 5 land to operate.
Not at the moment.
Mm.
Nathan's really working on resolving this Avacyn end turn, while
Yeah.
also holding up Summary Dismissal and Spellqueller.
Yeah. And this can sometimes just be the way the blue-white flash decks work. You can sometimes just, land an early Smuggler's Copter and just ride that wave pretty much the whole way to victory.
Yeah. Just the threat of being able to counter things is sometimes very relevant. So 6 mana here, so Callum could just part the Water Veil to take an extra turn. It's not going to be able to be awakened.
No, it doesn't.
He could also Nissa's Renewal. He has that.
But instead we get a Tireless Trucker.
So he played a land first there. So that says to me that he has a Void Shadow in hand.
Yeah.
And really wanted this to resolve. So Nathan's going to notice that. I think it's correct to just play the Spellqueller anyway.
Basically saying, I'm going to make you have it.
Yes.
And I'm not... Yep, there is a Scatter to the Wind, so in
Yes.
fact he did have the counterspell,
Yeah, so it was a 3 mana counterspell.
Yeah.
It wasn't Void Shadow, but it was Scatter to the Winds.
which is in fact another one of.
Oh, of course it is. But Nathan's got Callan down to 10 at the moment.
Yeah.
Draws a land, he can loot that with the Scooter. He's going to play
No,
it.
chooses to play this one.
That's Judge call, so we're just going to grab a Judge.
Yep.
So I think he's an extra card when he drew, possibly. I don't know. I'm going to duck out of the booth and see what's going to happen.
Yep.
So I'll leave Jordan to talk to you for a bit.
Yep. So it does just seem here that Callum is a fair way behind at the moment. He hasn't really been able to grab any traction. But that has been called, and I did just hear from my co-commentator who's just about to return what that was, and that's someone needing the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm back. Nothing exciting there. Nathan just has to go to the bathroom. Thought we were getting another spicy Judge call, but no. Nathan just has to use the bathroom. So we'll talk for a little bit. Let's mention, so next year, we will no longer be called Populate, but we will be back. Fresher, we'll have a new brand, new field of tournaments. We're going to see a bit more sealed. We'll have some standard side events. And we're just happy to offer more events, better events for all the players.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really exciting.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing people playing a lot of Sealed. I think Sealed is a great format. I know a lot of people that I know very much enjoy Sealed and will enjoy coming along to those. And it will also help for, in particular, GP Sydney, because that tends to be a limited event.
Yeah, so GPC next year is team sealed.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
excited for that.
Not confirmed yet, but there's a chance we might have a team sealed event before the GP, just so everyone gets the hang of it and learns the format a little bit more.
Yeah. I've got to say that the idea of Team Sealed really tickles me, and I'm looking forward to that. It'll actually be, I don't know about you, Ben, but it'll be my first opportunity to play.
Yeah, I've never played team sealed before, so it's going to be really fun. Looks like Nathan's back from his break.
Yep, and has picked up a Void Shadow in the meantime.
Yeah, so he's attacked with the copter trigger. He's drawn the Void Shadow.
And discarded a spell column.
No, he hasn't discarded yet. That was the spell collar that got countered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're just moving the camera a little bit more. Yeah, considering getting rid of the Summer Dismissal, as it is the most expensive of his counter spells.
But indeed, he instead gets rid of the Void Shadow.
Yeah, so
I think that also sends a message to Callum that he has one or two other counterspells in hand.
yeah. Also, Summary Dismissal is able to hit triggers, such as Thing in the Ice, the trigger, he can counter that. Nathan considering just tapping out here for Gideon.
And yep.
And by tapping out, I mean tapping down to 2 mana.
So he will end up making a 2/2 Knight ally here, I believe.
Yep.
But Nathan must feel rather far in front to be happy to do tap down this low.
Yeah, so let's see what Callum can do with 6 mana. So I think he drew a tune with the Aether for turn. So
What, sorry?
I think he drew a tune with the Aether. Yeah.
He taps 2 here. I think this will be a thing in the ice. Oh, no, just an anticipate.
Just looking for more action.
Possibly looking to play a surge cost on a Crush of Tentacles as well.
Yeah, that's also an option for him. He would need a land and the Crush of Tentacles.
I think I saw a basic land in here.
Yeah, I think he has at least one.
Yeah.
Has to be careful of Nathan representing Revolutionary Rebuff and Negate.
Yep. Although I think at 7 life, he's also at a point where maybe he just has to go for it.
Yeah, that could be the case.
But instead, just to pass the turn.
So he didn't have another land drop.
No.
Let's just count his islands. It looks like there's 3 islands. So Engulf the Shore could be relevant. Remember he had that 1-of in the sideboard?
Yeah. Using the Thraben Inspector there to crew the Copter and plussing up the Gideon. So an attack here would need to be blocked. The Gideon, I think, would need to be blocked, so that will take Nathan to 2.
Callum to 2.
Callum to 2, sorry, yep. Nathan's still on 20.
Yeah, so the trigger's on the stack. Callum's just stopped him, so I think he might just have this Engulf the Shores. Oh no, he's going
Nope,
to
just goes to block.
Looks like Nathan declined the trigger.
Yeah, he did. So the trigger on Smuggler's Copter is in fact a May. You don't have to loot each time. 7th land played there for Nathan. And he just really wants to hold up that summary dismissal here.
Yeah, he can hold up summary dismissal to stop any answers to the board. Also has the Avacyn, and at worst can make a 1/1 token with his Westvale Abbey.
Yeah.
So tons of options here for Nathan. Not many left for Callum.
Callum does seem to be running out of time.
But we saw that this deck was capable of really powerful things.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't have enough mana to do all of the chain the part that water veils together.
Unfortunately for him, if he does have the Crush of Tentacles here, that will actually spell the end for him, thanks to the summary dismissal.
Yeah, I think he might just be tapping out for part of the water veil now, which Nathan will be able to summary dismissal.
Yeah.
There's also Nissa's Renewal.
And there's the Crush.
Yeah, and leaving only a single blue open means summary dismissal is going to be able to end this game.
Yeah. There it is. Summary dismissal, exile the spell, and Callum cleans them up.
Yep, so we're going to go on to a game 3.
Yep. Callum will be on the play for this final game, and the winner of this will go through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, so I'll just poke my head around to see how the other top 8 matches are going. 2 of them are still going. So the other decks we had in the top 8 was, do you remember Tommy with his blue-black control deck?
I do.
Yeah, so he made the top 8. He's still currently playing.
Really hope he makes the semis.
Yeah, we have Sean and Dylan having a Mardu Vehicles mirror. So
that one's still going.
Yeah, that one's still going.
Wow.
And I can't quite see the other match. I can't see who won out of Calvin and his opponent.
That would have been the other blue-white flash deck, yeah?
Calvin was on Mardu Vehicles.
Oh.
I can't remember who his opponent was.
I think it was another blue-white flash.
Yeah, I missed whoever was the 8th seed. I missed
Yeah.
their deck. Calvin's still around, so I think he might have got there. So looking at sideboards, I don't think there's any changes from Nathan's side on the play of the draw.
And as for Callum's, we just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he did bring in those tireless trackers just to try and get a bit more value off those land drops.
Yeah,
Also make a threat to attack the Gideons.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind him bringing in the second Jace here either. I think that would be perfectly fine.
Yep.
Select for Inspection, I'm not sure I like that one just because of Avacyn.
Yeah, I don't think it's this matchup. I think it's for the aggro
Yeah.
type matches.
I don't know what matchup Insidious Will is for, but I don't think it's for this one. He should bring in Rise from the Tides.
No,
Yep, she should.
no, I really
He
don't think it's this
absolutely should.
matchup. Especially
is.
with Avacyn, which can just wipe the board.
It's every matchup. It's just Rise from the Tides.
Yeah, no, I really don't think he's
So
going to
it's
bring that one.
every matchup, Ben. Every matchup, okay? If you can play a Rise from the Tides, play a Rise from the Tides.
Yeah, so in that match we didn't see any of the legendary package from
No, we
Nathan, so I don't think he did board those in.
No, I think
but
it
we
was
did
just
see
the
a
counter.
lot of
Yeah.
counter spells.
I think it was just the counter package in the end that he bought in there, yeah.
Yeah, because I mentioned him taking out the stasis snares for the legendary package, but we saw
But at
one
least
stasis snare.
Saw at least one stasis snare remain in the main deck.
Yeah, so I don't know. Let's go back to the plays, see how they're doing. They're still shuffling now.
You know, do you want to go Rise from the Tides there? We would have helped them quite a lot.
So what sort of start do you think Callum's after this game?
Look, I think Callum very much, right off the bat, wants to hit, a tune from the Aether into and anticipate and then be able to hold up counter magic for a while.
Yeah, I also think hitting a thing in the ice early is going to be good too.
Yeah.
Just as a threaten to bounce the board.
Yeah. That looks like four lands. I thought one of those cards looked like a Fragmentize. That can't be right.
There indeed was a Fragmentize.
Why
A
did you go
Void Shatter. So he's brought it in. So he saw the Dynavolt Tower.
of course.
Might just be a bit worried about
And I
that.
think both players here took a mulligan.
Yeah, Nathan
Yeah.
just didn't have any threats. The 4-land, Counterspell, Removal Spell, and then an Unknown. Yeah, the Unknown card just would have had to be amazing. I can't think of anything. Not even a Gideon
No, not
would make
even-
me want to keep that hand.
No.
Especially on the draw. Nathan wants to basically play a curve of creatures.
Yeah.
Go Inspector, Copter, hold up Spell Collar or Counterspell.
And we saw there just the fact that Copter almost all on its own won that last matchup. It just provided such value.
Yeah, it got in damage. Let Nathan do a lot of work. And I see a Bruna, I believe it is.
I think it was. Both players have scryed. Nathan to the bottom, Callum to the top.
Yeah, Nathan put a spell shrivel to the bottom.
Oh.
He's got the 2 negates. He needs a white source. He doesn't need a second white spell heavy.
No. That does leave him without a white source, however. No, and you are a wizard, aren't you?
No, I didn't say he was going to draw it. That is the white source he needs. He's going to hold up negate, though. So he can play the port town next turn
Yep.
and still hold up negate, just in case.
Third land there, second Lumbering Falls from Callum. Hits his third land drop and passes the turn.
Yeah, so
Nathan.
Nathan next turn can play the Selfless Spirit and still hold up negate.
Yeah. Callum here doesn't really seem to be doing anything at all. There's a Gideon, however. I don't think he particularly wants to tap out for Gideon here, though.
Yeah, no. Nathan's going to wait till
Yeah.
6 mana or when Callum taps out. So let's see what Callum can do.
Callum, with a Glimmer of Genius, immediately met by a negate by Nathan. Doesn't even hesitate on that one.
Yeah, Callum's showing weakness by not playing anything in the first 3 turns.
Yeah.
So Nathan very, very quickly snapping off that negate. Both players remember mulligan in 6, so 1 less resource.
And there is the Dynavolt Tower for Callum and an Attune with Aether. So that'll get him in total 4 energy and a land. However, Dynavolt Tower with a Selfless Spirit on the board isn't that amazing. You're just really spending, I think, 6 energy to deal with a 2-1.
5 energy to
5 energy,
activate.
sorry,
But it forces him to activate it, meaning your future towers future tower activations are going to be okay.
Yeah.
So Nathan has a chance here to land the Gideon while Callum's tapped out.
And I think that he would be absolutely correct to do so.
Yeah, he also drew an Avacyn, so considering if he just wants to hold that up.
Attacking here for 2 from Nathan takes Callum to 18.
If he holds up for Avacyn, he can also hold up the negate.
Yep.
He's probably concerned about Callum playing a Nissus Renewal.
He does in fact play the Gideon though, proving that you are in fact not a wizard. You said he wouldn't do it, and he did.
Merely mentioned his lines. Yeah, that's going to come in and make a dude.
Yep.
So let's see if Callum has the Nissus Renewal to just power ahead on mana.
It is a throw over on the necklace, so it would not be completely surprising to see him have it.
I think Callum drew his one-off Torrential Gearhawk. I think that's in his
He is a
hand.
Torrential Gearhawk? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Where?
it's a one-off.
It makes me happy. This whole deck makes me happy.
Yeah, so this is going to pass the turn.
This is a bit of a mistake here, though, given that... Well, we know it is, given that he has the Avacyn in hand. But Callum may just be trying to hit that Glimmer of Genius.
Yeah. Callum's just going to give Gideon a read. Of course, Gideon can't take damage while he's in his soldier form.
The problem here for Callum, however, is that with so many flash threats from the blue-white deck, including even a Stasis Snare if required, the Gearhulk isn't going to do what's needed. But there is an Aether Meltdown here.
Yeah, so that's going to have -4 power.
Yep.
And he's going to get 2 energy, which is going to allow him to activate his tower if he needs to.
Yeah. Template targets gets it from instants and sorceries, doesn't it?
Yeah, but Aether Meltdown gives you 2 energy when it enters the battlefield.
Okay.
Yep. Nathan just questioning whether he missed the trigger. And no, he did not. So the Gideon ability resolves, becomes a creature. Yeah, Callum just thinking that he cast an instant sorcery, but of course it's an enchantment with flash.
Yeah. So Nathan moves in here and attacks for 7. Callum happy to just sit back and take this. Goes to 11 life.
So it looks like no play there for Callum. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
Really would have loved a Glimmer of Genius there.
Yeah. This second negate here from Nathan, though, is just going to absolutely devastate whatever large play Callum tries to make, and that's really what his deck is. It's just trying to make large things happen.
Yeah, Nathan's going to save that negate for something really important. He's not going to really care about removal spells, just really wants to hit Nissus Renewal or Part the Water Veil.
Yeah.
This Gideon is going to force Callum to play to the board a lot more than he'd like to.
Yeah.
Which plays right into Nathan's hands. But we know Callum is capable of some very incredible plays, very powerful plays.
There's a possibility here, though, if Callum taps low or even out, that Avacyn could resolve, and that would almost immediately mean the end of the game.
It would do a fair amount of damage. I believe Callum is down to 11.
Yeah. And that would be 11 power on top of some board.
Yeah. And Callum does have the Dynavolt Tower to shoot Selfless Spirit if needed.
Which indeed he does attempt.
Yeah. And Nathan's
And
going to sack that in response.
Nathan's happy to let it go, yeah. Just sacks it in response.
So his creatures are indestructible this turn. Which is just the Knight Ally, which is a -2/2. And there's that Avacyn in
There
the
is the
end
Avacyn end of turn,
gonna meet,
and that's going to meet a Void
Void
Shadow. Not really surprising there that it did. There had to be something. There is an island drawn for Nathan. Ticking up his Gideon. and slams in for 5. I believe that takes Nathan down to 6 life.
Callum down to 6 life, correct.
Sorry, Callum down to 6 life. I keep doing that.
That's okay. So Nathan's also building towards that Brunner in hand.
Yeah.
No target to bring back at the moment, but it's still a 5/7 flyer.
And there's a thing in the ice from Callum that will be able to block the Gideon.
So Nathan has the opportunity to make a Westphal Abbey token at the end of turn here, if he wants to tap out.
If it wouldn't be, I don't think it would be that big a deal to tap out there, especially because I don't think Callum has access to 2 counterspells here.
No.
So if he makes the token and then Reflector Mages the thing in the ice, he actually does leave himself a fairly good chance to win on this very next turn.
Yeah, so this resolves. Nathan can Reflect the Mage the thing in the ice,
Yeah.
which will force Lumbering Falls to be activated and chump block that Gideon.
So there is that 1/1 Cleric token.
There's a 7th land for Brunner that could happen next turn as well.
Nathan just ticking up the Gideon here. Reflector Mage is in fact played on Thing in the Ice. He does hold up the double blue representing Void Shatter. We know he does in fact have a negate.
Yeah, so it's representing Void Shatter, Negate, and Spellqueller.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to resolve. So this forces Callum to have an answer to the Gideon, such as Chilling Grasp, something like that.
Yep. Attacks in here for a potentially lethal threat, but as you said, Callum does have the ability to activate a Lumbering Falls. Which is in fact what he feels he has to do here. And yeah, I thought for a moment he was going to block the Westphal Abbey token.
Yeah, no,
But
definitely not going to go down to 1.
He chumps there and goes to 5.
Yeah. So yeah, Nathan's able to hold up that Negate for anything dangerous like a Nissus Renewal.
Nathan here looking like he has this game rather pretty much exactly where he wants it at this point.
Yeah, it looks like Callum's just didn't find enough mana to start his big plays.
Yeah.
Nathan was just able to slow him down long enough to resolve the Gideon and push through some damage. So
And there is a part of the Water Veil. That will be met with a negate, and that will be the game. Well
Yeah.
done, Nathan Wild. You have made the semi-finals.
well done to Callum as well. He's,
Yeah.
done really well with a deck of his own creation.
Yeah. It's always great to see a brew come this far.
Yeah, he's played really well during the day as well. Nathan's showing us what he sideboarded here with the negates and the legendary package.
How much more does this everybody took out?
Yeah, so I'll have a chat with Nathan, see how he sideboards. We might mention that. Looks like all the other top 8 matches are done, so we'll probably be jumping straight into the semi-finals soon. Yeah. Sorry about that. So the player's just opening the booster that Nathan won, seeing what Nathan got, doing the slow roll, just for extra value. Oh, we're into the uncommons. Oh, a mythic.
Allergic summoning.
Allergic summonings and an island. It's nothing too amazing.
Nope.
And we're back to the booth. So that was our quarterfinal. That was
Yep.
Nathan versus Callum. Blue-White Flash taking it down in the end. Unfortunately, that's the end for Callum and his blue-green control deck.
Makes me sad, but
That's unfortunate, but
game.
someone's got to win.
Yep.
Nathan taking that one in 3 games. So we'll have a semi-final to get to soon. But this is